fellows. My name is Naglaa, Faculty of Dentistry, Al-Azhar University Girls Branch. I am a FAMER Fellows Batch 2022. This presentation is for discussing my project entitled Dental Diagnostic Errors in Egypt, Medical Education as a Contributing Factor as an Aid in Management. Diagnostic errors causing patient harm have emerged as a global safety issue, recognized issue, and efforts for improving diagnostic safety have primarily centered on the development of system-based approach. In order to increase the diagnostic reliability, these efforts are needed to be coupled with improvements in the cognitive performance of clinicians. We propose an educational agenda for increasing the diagnostic reliability among trainers and practicing dentists. Our aim was to first determine the frequency of dental diagnostic errors, to define what are the most commonly misdiagnosed dental conditions, and to investigate factors related to medical education strategies, or to investigate possible factors that might contribute to the problem, with special emphasis on the medical education strategies. And we aim also to propose an educational agenda that can aid in reducing the occurrence of the diagnostic errors. In our methods, we have two parts in my project. In part one of the project that was done in the past year, a survey questionnaire was conducted using a sample of 151 Egyptian dental teaching staff with minimum 5 years of clinical experience. And this was to determine the frequency of diagnostic errors in Egypt, the most commonly misdiagnosed dental condition, what are the possible causes that contribute to the problem, with a special emphasis on the medical education, and what is the impact of errors in dental field on the patient quality of life. In part two of my project that will be conducted in the next year, an exploratory study using a semi-structured interview with the dental teaching staff and fresh dental graduates, aiming to obtain a deeper understanding on how the medical education strategy could be the cause, and how we can help in reducing the dental diagnostic error through new medical education strategy. The key findings in part one of our project that we conducted a survey, and we came up with statistically significant key findings that were: number one, dental diagnostic errors in Egypt is very common, and 90% of the participants in our study reported that this represents an problem or an urgent problem that needs to be dealt with. Lecturer participants believed more in the urgency of this problem more than the professor participants. The key finding number two was oral medicine cases represent the top most commonly seen errors, followed by periodontal conditions and temporomandibular joint diseases. Number three, beside lack of resources and lack of adequate training, dental teaching staff believed that medical education is an important factor contributing to the problem of this misdiagnosis. The last key finding was impact of dental diagnostic error was reported by participants to be minor and moderate types of impacts on patient quality of life, and less than 4.6 reported that dental diagnostic error can have a major impact on the quality of life. What we need to do, as I told you before, we need to conduct and to design an exploratory study using a semi-structured interview, and I shall ask for opinions of my FAMER fellows in this regard, aiming to evaluate the role of current medical education method in causing and mitigating the occurrence of dental diagnostic error in the field of oral medicine. Thank you very much.